installation of signage, speed control mechanisms, and also enhanced traffic enforcement. These matters revolve around the road carnage that has been witnessed across parts of the country, and the Coptic roundabout in Mamboleo along the Kisumu-Kakamega highway accident is just one of them that once the Cabinet Secretary responds to, then with the supplementary questions that will be coming from the senators in line with this particular primary question, then the Cabinet Secretary shall be able also to enlighten and also expound on the safety measures that the ministry has put in place or is putting in place, of course, to ensure that the road carnage is tamed or at least reduced in the country. If you're just joining us, is that the House about to commence its sitting? The prayer has already been said and the chair taken. However, there is a quorum hitch, and the Speaker has directed that
pursuant to Article 107 1C of the Constitution and standing Order 18, the Senate elects Senators Dr. Danson Buya Mungatana and Senator Fatuma Dulo to preside over sittings of the Senate for the remainder of the day. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Order, Honorable Senators, the CS in charge of roads and transport is present, and therefore we will proceed with question number 026 by the Senator for Kisumu County, the Honorable Professor Tom Ojenda. You holding brief?
Yes, I'm holding brief.
Where's your written authority to do so?
Through my phone, Mr. Speaker. Professor Ojenda is in court, Mr. Speaker.
Well,
yes.
But, Honorable Manzo, you know the drill here. In case you, yes, we need to know that. Lest we don't have a situation where Professor Tom Ojenda comes to disown all these proceedings. All right, Senator Manzo, you are properly instructed. You may proceed to ask the question on behalf of the Senator for Kisumu County.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Senator for Kisumu County, Senator Professor Tom Ojenda, Senior Counsel, MP, is asking the question to Cabinet Secretary for Roads and Transport, 026. A, could the Cabinet Secretary indicate the current status of investigations into the fatal bus accident that occurred on 9th August 2025 at the Coptic roundabout in Mamboleo along the Kisumu-Kakamega Highway, which claimed the lives of 26 persons and left several others injured. B, as the Minister undertaken a road safety audit and black spot mapping for roads leading to Kisumu City, and could the Cabinet Secretary provide timelines for the implementation of the remedial measures, including installation of signage, speed control mechanisms, and enhanced traffic enforcement? C, what measures have the Ministry put in place to address the rising number of fatal accidents involved along distance passenger buses, particularly on roads serving the western region of Kenya? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS, you may now respond.
At the Coptic roundabout in Mamboleo along Kisumu-Kakamega Highway, which claimed the lives of 26 persons and left several others injured. Mr. Speaker, sir, the National Police Service is the lead agency that conducts the formal investigation in the cause of crashes. They review witness statements, driver actions, vehicle conditions, and any elements that may constitute criminal negligence. Honorable Speaker, the National Police Service have not finalized their report yet. However, I wish to report that the Ministry, through its implementing agency, the National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, has compiled technical crash analysis report as annexed in my report this morning. To address the safety concern at this roundabout, the Kenya National Highways Authority, KENHA, conducted site visits in August 2025 and subsequently redesigned the Coptic area crash road section. The proposed work involved the construction of the segment as through traffic road rather than that roundabout, complete new pavement layers, improve drainage, and enhance safety features to ensure safe and efficient traffic movement. However, works are yet to commence due to budgetary constraint. The ministry shall prioritize in the current budgetary cycle to reconstruct the section as long-term corrective measure. So I want to undertake that we'll work and provide funding through the current budgetary cycle. As an immediate measure, Honorable Speaker, members, the section has temporarily been secured using crash barriers to mitigate risk while awaiting full intervention. Right turning movements at the junction remain prohibited as part of the temporary closure measures currently in place. Additional safety enhancements have been implemented, including road marking and installation of 2 retroreflective road studs. What you see, we call them cat eyes, to improve visibility for road users. On the second question, which is has the ministry has undertaken a road safety audit and black spot mapping for road leading to Kisumu City, and could the Cabinet Secretary provide timelines for implementation of remedial measures, including installation of signage, speed control mechanisms, and enhanced traffic enforcement? Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to respond. Road safety assessment has been conducted on the Kisumu-Kakamega A1 road at various intervals to ensure safety standards and address potential hazards. The initial road safety audit was performed in December 2019, providing a comprehensive evaluation of the road safety features and identifying areas requiring improvement. A follow-up audit was carried out in November 2023 to monitor progress and implement necessary corrective measures. Additionally, a standalone inspection of the 3 roundabouts along Kisumu-Kakamega A1 road was conducted in August 2024. That inspection focused on the Coptic, Konambaya, and Riyadh roundabouts, assessing their design, signage, and overall safety to mitigate accident risk at those critical junctions. The Ministry of Roads and Transport, through the implementing agency, KERA, KENA, and KURA, and of course NTSA, have undertaken road safety audits and black spot survey along the following roads leading to Kisumu County. Road safety inspection within Kisumu-Busia Road, road safety inspection Kisumu-Kiboswa section, road safety inspection at Awasi-Mohoroni Junction, and construction works on audit Mamboleo Great Lakes University. We're down.
Clerk, can you reboot the system?
And these two should be able to be sitting somewhere consulting on one side.
Senator Enoch, Senator Fonandi, and Senator Lelegwe, take your seat.
So our construction works on audit at Mamboleo Great Lakes University. Audits have been done equally at pedestrian safety audit at Kisumu County. What is this? Kisumu County? Kisumu County. Sorry about that. Black spot audit, Molem, Namba, Ogena, Nyamasaria, Kasagam, also has been done. Kisumu County Transport Safety Committee, in liaison with Regional Manager NTSA Kisumu and KENA, have undertaken the following road safety audit at Kisumu-Kericho Highway, Kisumu-Kakamega Highway, Kisumu-Katito Roads, and Kisumu-Busia Road. The status of implementation of the road safety audits, recommendation, and black spot survey currently ongoing are provided in the annexure to this report. And on the third question C, which is what measures has the ministry put in place to address the rising number of fatal accidents involving long-distance passenger buses, particularly on roads serving the western region of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, sir, the ministry set up a multi-agency team to conduct urgent road safety audit on accident-prone highway sections. The teams are tasked with reconstructing crash scenes and identifying hazardous design features or missing safety in infrastructure for action. Below is a series of coordinated engineering, enforcement, and operational measures to address the rising number of fatal accidents involving long-distance passenger buses. 1. Enhance enforcement along high-risk corridors. 2 weekly joint enforcement operations are being done. Number 2, mandatory inspection and compliance for long-distance passenger buses and all commercial vehicles. We undertake motor vehicle inspection clinics with public transport operators to enhance vehicle roadworthiness. And 3, sensitization programs for drivers for passenger buses and commercial vehicles. And on this, A, engage the public through local media such as Ramogi TV and local radio channels such as Watch Maba. B, stakeholder sensitization on road safety, targeting heavy commercial vehicles, public service vehicles, border, tuk-tuk operators, and pedestrians. 4, enhance enforcement of the law, redesign of non-black spot areas, and further working together with the Ministry of Interior, National Administration through the National Police Service, the enforcement of the laws on maximum hours of driving by PSV drivers will be enhanced. The enforcement on this will include PSV operators license for long distance are the only operators doing long distance. The enforcement of 2 drivers rule for PSV vehicle license for long distance PSV transport. Enforcement for journey plans to ensure that maximum 4 hours of continuous driving are not exceeded by PSV long distance drivers. Drivers of long distance PSV night drivers take a rest break of a maximum of 8 hours before the next shift. Mr. Speaker, I submit. Thank you.
Senator Manzo, any supplementary question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There are 2 supplementary questions. One is in relation to the latest drainage systems in highways. What's the minister doing to make sure that when there is unusual rainfall, that they have marked the spots? Highways are likely to overflow and passengers find themselves in danger, and particularly Mombasa Road, which turned into river recently, Mr. Speaker. And the second one is the minister aware that the NTSA regulations of 2016 on speed limits on highways are now expired? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS, take note of those 2 questions as you take more questions. Senator Mwenda Gataya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Waziri, Nithi Bridge is internationally known for fatal accidents. Nithi is from my county. So people from the Nithi would want to know the current status, outstanding scope of works, and expected completion timeline for Nithi Bridge reconstruction, given its history of a fatal accident as I've just indicated.
Senator Mazayo. If you're not ready, Honorable Senator, you can take your time. Senator Beth Siengo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question goes to the CS. Mombasa Road was meant to become a dual carriage, and I understand American company was to do that work. When is it due to be done so that we may reduce accidents? Thank you.
Senator Fernandez.
Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the following question. This issue of accidents, especially in our roads, is a big problem. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the Cabinet Minister, Davis Chirchir, there is this road called Eldoret, Musoriat, Kapsabet, Chafakali Road, which is very narrow and has continued to cause a lot of accident and loss of life because it is very narrow. And I'm aware he has a periodic maintenance contractor on site who normally brings only maram on the road, and there is nothing being done. What is he doing, especially now that it's rainy and dark and there are many potholes, especially between Kapsabet and Chafakali and Mbale Road, between Nandi County and Vihiga County, Mr. Speaker, to avoid further losses of life and destructions of vehicles along that road? I yield back, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Boni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like, before I ask my question, to invite the Minister to come to this spot that the Senator of Kisumu has raised. I have traveled widely in this country, Mr. Speaker, and nowhere in Kenya do you find the structure designed at Coptic, at Konambaya, at Riat, and at Kiboswa, opposite the Kisumu Doctors Specialist Plaza. If the reason for demolishing the roundabout at Coptic was because of accidents, the same reason, Mr. Minister, should also invite you to destroy the roundabouts at Konambaya, at Riat, and at Kiboswa, opposite the Specialist Doctors Hospital. My last invite, Mr. Speaker, is to request the Minister to also do a planning for dualling of the road between Kisumu and Kakamega. That is the most productive part of Western Kenya, that particular section. If we don't dual it, everything we do is just knee jerk.
So what is your question, Senator Boni?
I've asked in that statement. I've asked about, one, knocking out the roundabout at Coptic, which he has done, at Konambaya, at Riat, and at Kiboswa, opposite the Specialist Doctors Hospital. And I've asked, Mr. Speaker, that as the Minister plans to come, he should do, is he considering to do dualling of that section of the road from Kakamega to Kisumu? And I added a rider that is the most economic part in terms of transport facilitation infrastructure in the western part of Kenya, combining Nyanza and Western Province, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kenyan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question goes to the Cabinet Secretary. He has indicated to us that the people responsible for investigation is police, which is true. But again, before the police have concluded their investigation, they have gone ahead through the NTSA and decide to do some redesigning. But again, you're telling us you don't have enough resources, or you don't have enough resources to do that work. Then, are you concluding your investigation that it's because of the infrastructure that we had this accident, or the investigation of police should stop? Because the police can end up concluding that the investigation can end up showing that the reason for the accident is driver's negligence. What comes first? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mbugua. Senator Mbugua.
Thank you, Speaker. Mr. Minister, to enhance road safety management in this country, the NTSA introduced the second generation smart driving license. Could you appraise this House the progress in that matter? Thank you.
Senator Mazayo.
Asante mstahiki Spika. Swali langu kwa waziri ni kwamba ni lini ile barabara inayotoka kuanzia ile barabara ya Kilifi ya Kilifi kwenda Mombasa ama Mombasa kwenda Kilifi inayopitia pale Shariani. Kuna barabara inapita pale Shariani kuelekea juu pazuri, na vile vile kuweza kuendelea kuanzia pale pazuri ikifuata hiyo barabara kuenda mpaka Pengilikani dispensary. Ni lini barabara hiyo itaweza kutengenezwa ili kuweza kusaidia watu kuenda hospitali na kuweza kutoka hospitali na kuenda makwao?
Senator for Kilifi.
Yes.
The subject matter here is safety in our transport system. So your question should be aligned to the subject matter. Otherwise, there's so many roads that are incomplete, and many honorable senators would wish to know when they'll be completed. But that is not the subject matter today. The safety concerns is, you may proceed, but it must have that component of safety concerns, because that is the main question. So any supplementary question must then flow from that. So you may proceed, Senator Mazai.
Asante, Mr. Speaker. Bwana Waziri, ile barabara ambayo hivi sasa inaunganisha barabara ya kuanzia Mombasa kwenda Kilifi, kuna barabara nyingine ambayo iko katikati mahali panaitwa Shariani, na ilikuwa imeshaanzishwa na imefika juu kabisa. Sasa tunauliza ni lini barabara ile inaweza kuweza kufanywa na kuweza ikapita ili ikafika pande za Pengilikani dispensary, ambapo ni eneo ambalo linachukua wagonjwa wengi sana, na wengi wameweza kufariki katika hiyo barabara wakijaribu kuenda hospitali. Kama ikiwa inaweza kufanywa, na unaweza kutueleza kwamba ni lini unafikiria pengine serikali inaweza kuangalia, na wewe mwenyewe ukiwa hapo kuangalia kuona kwamba hii barabara imetengenezwa?
Senator Mngatana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Kenyans work. I'd wish the minister to comment and just to give us a general overview of road safety, because a country cannot continue to lose thousands of people on its roads every year, Mr. Speaker, and the ministry is not giving a comprehensive plan on that, how that needs to be addressed. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Seki.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable CS, I want to ask a question in regards to Kitengela in Kajiado County on several footbridges that were meant to be constructed in Kitengela town. These two footbridges will really help the safety of passengers or even people of Kitengela, because most of the public schools, health centers, dispensaries, referral hospitals are in one side of the road, making many people crossing the highway between the town of Kitengela, and more importantly, the Maparasha Bridge in Kajiado Central that has stalled for many years, cutting off the people of the other side from accessing the town of Maparasha. What is the problem of that bridge not have been completed on time?
Senator John Yutu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question to the CS is very simple, and it relates to the accident that claimed the life of the Honorable Cyrus Jirongo, Mr. Speaker. We have never to this day gotten any account of any passenger that was in the bus that supposedly crashed with Honorable Jirongo's vehicle. So my question then to the Speaker, to the CS is, can the NTSA, provide a passenger manifest, Mr. Speaker, of the bus that collided with Honorable Jirongo's car to avoid speculation? Because we have never had any account of any of the passengers that was in that particular bus, and it was a PSV vehicle, Mr. Speaker. That's my question, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mandago, what is... Senator Newton, would you wish to be informed?
Yes, yes.
Mr. Speaker, I do not want to be informed by a former governor, Mr. Speaker, because he may not have any information.
Very well,
on
Senator
this particular.
Chuto, you may proceed to ask your question.
You should wait for the torch to stop.
Senator Mandago, your information has been declined.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me first of all take this opportunity to thank the Minister and also the Kenya Kwanza government for the road from Rironi to Mau Summit. Honorable Speaker, I asked this question, the question I'm asking now, I asked this question last week. The Minister came before a committee, the roads committee, and asked him this question. And he said he's going to check and answer as soon as possible. So, Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Kenyan people, while thanking the Kenya Kwanza government for this road, Rironi, Mau Summit is 175 kilometers, costing 200 billion. And then there is a road, Ogodugu, Bobo, in Burkina Faso, 332 kilometers, costing 46 billion shillings. I want the minister, the CS, to tell this honorable House and Kenyans why should
order, honorable senators, order.
Why,
Senator Fernandi, be orderly.
Honorable Speaker, the question is, this road, Rironi Mau Summit, will cost 1.14 billion per kilometer, which is on a PPP, and while
Senator Mandago, that's why we have the CS.
Honorable Speaker, just protect me, Honorable Speaker, while the road in Burkina Faso is costing 139 million per kilometer. So I want the CS to tell us if it is a PPP. Why should this road cost 1.14 billion while the road in Burkina Faso, financed by the government, the currency in US dollars converted into Kenya shillings?
Senator Mandago, what is your point of order?
You know, Honorable Speaker, if we allow honorable members to use the floor of the House, what Senator Chuto is trying to do is to mislead the nation. Understanding what I want to find, Mr. Speaker, can the senator from Marsabit provide the data from Burkina Faso showing that the cost of that road is what is alleging? Honorable Speaker, this is how public are being incited, that the government is not spending money fairly. The Cabinet Secretary has not come here to answer questions on behalf of the government of Burkina Faso. We cannot allow you, Senator Chuto. In fact, you should be
order.
That the whole kilometer of road is being done.
Senator Mandago, you have made a point of order. Now, Senator Chute, you have to substantiate what you've alleged.
Honorable Speaker.
Either you proceed to do so right now, and if you're not in a position to, you know exactly what to do.
Honorable Speaker, this is...
Order, Senator Boni. This is to Senator Chute. You have alleged, you need to substantiate
Honorable Speaker,
by providing the evidence that indeed there is a road in Burkina Faso.
Honorable Speaker.
Order, Senator Chute. When the chair is speaking, you keep quiet and take your seat. A point of order has been raised against what you've just said, Senator Chute. You have alleged that there is a road in Burkina Faso, which is way much longer than the Rironi-Mau Summit Road, and it's costing way less than what the government of Kenya is using to do the road in, from Rironi to Mau Summit. Now, you need to substantiate that allegation by putting forth evidence that indeed, one, that road exists in Burkina Faso, two, it was tendered for that amount in whatever currency, so that the country and this Senate can have evidence and facts to compare to come to the conclusion that you want them to come to. So would you wish to substantiate right now? If you're not in a position to, you may proceed to seek to clarify on a... Senator Chute, you may proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I'm just wondering, this is a question I've posed to the CS, which is capable to answer those questions.
And the chair has made a certain direction,
fine.
which you need to abide.
Honorable Speaker, that is fine. I have all the evidences, and I wish you've asked, you've given me, you should have given me time to ask the question. If the CS says it's okay, it is there, then there is no problem. If it is not there, then that is the time I'll bring evidence.
You see,
but because you ruled,
Honorable Chute, I have given a directive on this matter.
That is a premature directive, but fine. My question is, Honorable Speaker, is if...
Honorable Chute, you're out of order. You either proceed to substantiate or I'll ask you to leave the chamber.
Honorable Speaker, I will do that.
Good.
Given time. But can I ask my question now?
Are you in a position to substantiate instantly? If not, you know what to do.
Honorable Speaker, I think you are being unfair to me. Because what I am trying to do is...
It is you who has alleged, and who alleges proves.
Not alleging, I have asked question. And I want an answer on my question. It's a question time.
Senator Chute, you are basically wasting the Senate's time. I have given you a very straightforward... Senator Kenyan, leave the chamber immediately.
But it's supposed to be, how can you produce evidence instantly? Even the minister...
So, Senator Chute, I have asked you, if you're not in a position to substantiate instantly and are standing order, you may do so during the next sitting. So are you in a position to substantiate now, or you'd wish to do so during the next sitting?
Honorable Speaker, I'll do it in the next sitting, but allow me to ask my question.
Of course, I will allow you to ask your question.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, let me ask.
Are you in a position to substantiate that allegation now, or you'd wish to seek for further time to do so the next sitting?
Further time.
Good. Now you may proceed to ask your question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Order, Senator Fernandi. Senator Chute, conclude, please.
Thank you.
Conclude, Senator Chute.
Honorable Speaker, my question is very simple and clear. Cost of doing this road, Rironi-Mau Summit, is 1.14 billion. The cost in Ouagadougou border is 139 million per kilometer. Can the CS tell us if this is the Rironi road is PPP, how is it possible that the road in Ouagadougou is almost a quarter cheaper, three-quarter cheaper than
Senator Chute, let me guide you. Let me take it slowly so that you understand. As we speak now, you are, as far as the road in Burkina Faso is concerned, nobody has any facts other than you. And to help this House and your colleagues to appreciate your contribution, you need to table evidence that indeed, one, that road in Burkina Faso exists. Two, order Senator Fernandi. So basically, even for the minister to flow with you, he needs those facts. And that's on the road that you're alleging exists in Burkina Faso. You can imagine if it turns out that it doesn't exist. And that's why they want to know, is this road real? Are the facts being alleged true? So that they can be able to appreciate your contribution. So any question touching on that road that is yet to be substantiated cannot fly. Senator Beatrice Akenye.
Honorable Speaker.
I'll come to you, Senator Boni. Let's hear the question.
Honorable Speaker, I want you to go on record that as a people from the Western region, we would like that road to be done like yesterday. Senator Chute seems not to know the experience we have had over the years. Honorable Speaker, coming to my question, to the CS roads, CS, why wouldn't we as a nation declare road accidents as a national disaster so that as a country we can put more focus on that based on the people we have lost and continue to lose? That includes even the loss of border people. Thank you.
Senator Boni, what's your intervention?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am concerned purely on a matter of procedure. The minister has had the question. He has not been given an opportunity to say whether the things, because he's supposed to be informed, that the member of the Senate is alleging are false or not. Mr. Speaker, it's marks of an attempt of the Senator of Washingishu and Nandi to shield the minister.
Senator Boni. Senator Boni.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Just take your seat. Take your seat. If anything, Senator Boni, the question by Senator Chute is not admissible. It's not a supplementary question. Even to give him all that latitude, I was hoping ultimately he will coin it in such a way that it comes out as a supplementary question. It has zero concerns of safety because the subject matter of the primary question is safety in our transport system. Senator Chute's concern is the cost of a road, which has got nothing to do with the primary question. And therefore, let's leave it there, because I ought to have ruled him out of order from the onset. But I allowed him to continue talking, hoping that ultimately he'll bring out the safety aspect of his question, which he failed to do. Honorable CS, you may proceed to respond. Honorable CS, you may now proceed to respond.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Let me start with the question on the drainage in our highways, which has been raised, caused concerns with the flooding that we recently witnessed, and what is the government doing to address this challenge, particularly in our cities. Honorable members, you do know that under the Cities and Urban Act, the seat of the capital city of Kenya is singled out for the national government to cooperate with the host county of the city, the seat of the city, to work on infrastructure and really bring out the character of the capital city of the country. And through that proviso in the Cities and Urban Act, I think it is Section 6, we have lately signed a memorandum with the Nairobi County government to work together and address the challenges of drainage, the challenges of road networks, and lighting of our roads in the city. To that extent, we have a program that we're currently implementing with the Nairobi County government to do that. We are aware that the city has expanded, there's been so much buildings and paving, and that way the seepage area for the stormwater is very limited. We need to expand our drainages. We need to improve on the various aspects of the population growth and the great development in the city. And we are working on that as we currently to ensure that we do dimension and work on the kind of drainages that can support our city and mitigate the challenge of floods when we have the kind of rains we lately witnessed. So, Honorable Speaker, members of Senate, to that extent, for example, the Ministry of Roads through Kura is put some budget of about 8 billion Kenya shillings to support Nairobi County government to address some of those challenges and have design that will address dimensions necessary to offtake the kind of water when we have that kind of rains that we recently had. Let me, with respect to NTSA regulations and whether they came to this, I think the question more importantly was the 2016 speed limits expired, and I'm in the house with our new CEO for NTSA, and I'm advised that there's a lot of work being done by NTSA currently, engaging stakeholders and standards body, reviewing the speed limit regulations and standards, and we are working on that to ensure that we do update and ensure that the speed limit regulations are in place. The question from Wenda Kataya on Nithi Bridge, let me confirm, honorable members, that this Nithi Bridge, which has been a cause of pain and deaths in that particular region between Meru and Nithi, Tharaka Nithi County, is being designed. We are just finishing the design. We are paying a lot of attention to this, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. The Deputy President would be going to inspect works that are due to start in earnest on this particular bridge. We've designed a bridge which is 900 meters long, a straight bridge, and 100 meters high. The bridge is being checked for the various design details and integrity before we can approve and start construction. We've already procured a contractor. The bridge is funded, and groundbreaking will be done in due course as soon as we sign off the design. And I think the contractor has started mobilizing to site. So Nithi Bridge, a 900-meter long bridge, straight bridge, and 100 meters high, will be a design masterpiece that will be starting construction in earnest in due course. On the Senator Beth CMO Mombasa Road dualling, I want to confirm that work is going on dualling of our major highways. Dualling of highways is important for ease of traffic movement. It will be cheaper to move goods faster, and more importantly, we should be able to bring down the cost of doing business. On Mombasa-Nairobi dual-link, the PPP Directorate, together with Kenya, have been working on the detailed cost of doing this particular road. We look more importantly at value for money. We look more importantly at the debt equity ratios in terms of the investor or the concessionaire. Have they demonstrated capacity to raise the equity? We'll then go to the development phase and check things like return on investment to make sure that the value for money, or to the extent, are you basically going to charge too much to be able to recoup your investment, or is the return on your equity within the reasonable return on investments that are allowable within 10% and so on and so forth. So that is currently work in progress. And it's important that, noting that Mombasa, Nairobi, Nakuru, all the way to Malaba is the northern corridor that services the landlocked countries of Uganda, Rwanda, DRC. These are very important corridor to the development not only of our country but the entire region. And so this is of high priority, and we are working on the details, and work is currently going on. Cherarge's question on Eldoret Mosoriot, I think, is that Eldoret Mosoriot Mlango all the way through the city going up to Iten? Is that the opposite direction? I think because we're talking today about road safety and the challenge, and I do know the road, I drive that road quite a bit, and it's a fairly narrow road. We are looking in the context of road safety on expanding and widening certain sections of our national trunk networks to address the concern that has been raised by the House on the road safety on our roads. Certain corners and are a bit tight for drivers to navigate, and the point is taken. Let me see the redesign. Kenya is not here with me today. I just came with NTSA, but I'll take concern of this Eldoret Mosoriot road and confirm, and then really come back to the House to confirm on the plans to widen this road and address the challenge of road safety. I now understand. I basically mixed up because the Mosoriot, Mlango going to Eldoret and going all the way to Iten have plans for dual-link. But I now understand Mosoriot coming down to Kapsabet to Chevakali. I'll follow up that and provide the full information on the plans to widen this corridor and address the road safety of our motorists. Bonnie, on the concern of the purpose why I was in the House today regarding that accident, Konambaya, Riyadh, Coptic, and the redesign, like I said, has been done. You know, members, as economy grows and as vehicle population grows, the design of our roads will need to improve to address the growing population and the findings of the older designs in our roads. It will be nice to have roads which are fairly well motorable, but more importantly, which are well designed and which are not difficult to drive, because you do realize, all of us as drivers, that certain corners are difficult to basically navigate. And therefore, on this particular approach to Riyadh from Konambaya and Coptic and that particular roundabout, the redesigns have been done, like I mentioned in the substantive response to the question by Professor Senator Ojenda. And I also did undertake that we'll provide a budget to correct that challenge, improve the design. And to answer that question together with what the police are doing, certainly as we speak today, vehicles are motoring on that road, and we are not getting accidents by the minute, by the hour. So when an accident happens, the question, is it because of the road or is it because of the driver? It can be either. And therefore, before we finish the investigation, it becomes difficult to apportion liability to say the design of the road could have been a contributor. Could the driver have been having a challenge? Was the vehicle properly in roadworthy condition, and so on and so forth? So let's allow the investigation to be completed by National Police Service, but more importantly, allow us to improve the aspects of design and this particular section of the road, as has been done by the various agencies that I did provide in my substantive response. On the dualling of Kakamega-Kisumu road, I think members, you do know that Parliament did really, well, there was a lot of support on the National Infrastructure Fund. The National Infrastructure Fund, which is a fund which has been set up through recycling of mature assets to be able to accelerate development in the other areas where we need funding. And one of the areas which has been identified is using a part of this fund to de-risk dualling of our roads in terms of investors coming in and government participating in as an investor in dualling of our roads. And one of the roads we are currently looking at traffic profiles to confirm bankability based on the population of cars. The Kakamega talk to that. We'll continuously improve the design of our highways to be better motorable based on, like when we build roads today under KERA, we basically follow the old road corridor. And as the road is upgraded from Class D to Class C to Class B and A, we'll need to improve the design, and sometimes it takes it requires more corridor, and therefore we need to acquire more land to be able to do a better design of the roads and reduce the corners and improve the design of the road. So we'll continue to work on the design of roads as we get more data to improve the design of our roads. But on the case of infrastructure improvement and driver negligence, those are two separate issues. And I think as we finish this particular investigation, we'll be able to apportion the concern, the blame into, do we need to improve certain sections of the road? And yes, we are improving for that particular Konambaya Riyadh Coptic in Kisumu. But where there is apportionment to the driver's negligence or driving under influence or vehicles which are road unworthy, that also must be brought to question. Mheshimiwa Madzayo, Kilifi, Mombasa Road, we are progressing very well. At Mtwapa, we are finishing that bridge. But your question is specific to that section of Sheriaini near Vipingo and what I'll need to do because it's a very specific road. Let me look at what we'll need to do to connect this particular piece of infrastructure to the Kilifi Mombasa Road and provide ease of movement of people from that particular Sheraini area. So I'll follow up that and either come to you directly or bring the response directly to the House when I come in next. The question from Senator Mungatana on instant fines is currently in court. I want to confirm, Senator Mungatana, that the minor offenses under the Traffic Act, which was passed by Parliament in 2016, did address all the regulations that are pertaining to minor offenses. And they are under these minor offenses which could be treated as administrative. And we are working with judiciary and the Kenya law reform to basically segregate or separate the minor fines from the fines or from the offences which must go to court. We are working with the Kenya Law Reform Commission. We are working, of course, with NTSA and all the stakeholders to ensure that we do provide this instant fine system, which is really a facilitation of infractions, minor infractions in our roads that should not really go to court and congest our courts. But more importantly, that should give you a convenience. If I'm arrested driving from Nakuru to Nairobi, I don't want to go back to Nakuru court if I acknowledge that I've been caught overspeeding and under the minor offences infraction, I think it's under Section 107 of the Traffic Act, I'm willing to pay the fine and I'm let go. Obviously, what the system does, honorable members, is when you know you are being watched, you drive carefully and you don't endanger other road users. But if you are found to have made or had that kind of infraction and you are willing to pay and you don't have to go to court, come to Nairobi and drive back to Nakuru, lose time, occupy court time and so on and so forth, and the fine is 500 shillings, you can pay. We did under implementation, and like I said, this thing is in court, and I don't want really to delve much into what could be seen as prejudice. If I'm willing to pay, I should pay and be let go. But if I'm not willing to pay and I want to go back to, I want to come to Nairobi and go back to Nakuru to attend court, I should also be allowed to do that. So it's really a solution that I think we need to do more communication to Kenyans to appreciate that this is in the interest of saving your time. This is in the interest of saving court time. This is in the interest of ensuring that we enhance road safety and curtail the loss of lives in our roads, which come about due to infractions, however minor they may be. If you don't stop in a junction and a speeding vehicle on the main highway basically causes an accident and lose lives, the question is, why wouldn't we want to have a system that is convenient and that helps to watch over us and inform us that you are being watched? In fact, as a matter of, I'm sure most of honorable members in the House today drive vehicles with lane-assisted driving, and the vehicle warns you that you are going out of the lane. Can you use an indicator? Don't just, could you be asleep? And that could be the reason why you are going out of the lane. So, honorable members, we basically, this Honorable Mugatana, I wish to confirm, came into Parliament under the minor offences regulations when the Traffic Act was amended in 2016, and so the due process was followed, as it were. Honorable Morgul, lorries and trucks kind of ferrying cement in that West Pokot factory, cement factory. I will take up this in more detail with Nahashon, the DG, NTSA, and we check the statistics. If that is the case, we need to seriously get mitigation, put in safety measures to ensure that this industry, which is a great employer, economic activity going on in West Pokot, does not have vices which end up losing lives. So we'll take up with NTSA and confirm that we will improve the safety and reduce the loss of lives or eradicate the loss of lives being caused by the lorries in this particular catchment in West Pokot where we manufacture cement. Senator Mandago, motor vehicle inspection is something important insofar as road safety is concerned. And I want to confirm, honorable members, that whereas government has traditionally invested to run motor inspection centers across the country, it's very expensive for government when social infrastructure in schools, hospitals is competing for resources. And what we are doing currently is looking at franchising the motor vehicle inspection so that the private sector under PPP can off-take and support us to set up motor vehicle inspection centers across the various counties of the country. Sometimes accidents can just be caused because a wiper blade is not working. And if that vehicle was inspected and your wiper blades are working well, when you get a dirt splash on your screen, you are able to respond by cleaning the windscreen immediately. So motor vehicle inspection is important. As regarding training of the employees of the motor vehicle inspection centers, we do train them at NITA, National Institute for Training Authority. And yes, I hear we probably need to enhance the training, but more importantly, we will be franchising under PPP the motor vehicle inspection centers and opening several inspection centers across the country. Senator Aaron Cheruyot on Londiani Moroni, that difficult section after teeing off Londiani towards Moroni, we are working on that. I think the designs were completed. We just need to put in some funding to correct the challenge and reduce the loss of lives or eradicate the loss of lives on this section of Londiani Moroni Road. And I will equally follow up how far we are on funding this particular segment of Londiani Moroni Road. Senator Seki, Kajiado, footbridges. Let me just take this opportunity, Speaker, honorable members, to confirm that bridges is a major concern in this country. We don't have enough crossing for our children to go to school, to cross certain sections of the road, and it's a safety issue when a road which is dual with 3 lanes on either side and children are having to cross the road and run almost 50 meters across the road because of the dual road. And therefore, bridges become very important. But more importantly, Honorable Speaker, members, we are doing a framework agreement to bring in Bailey bridges. Bailey bridges can be installed quickly. Bailey bridges are basically military design bridges for quick deployment to address the various crossings across the country. And Senator Seki, we will be deploying several bridges across the country to address crossings, address the safety of our children crossing and everybody crossing the major highways. And on the Mabasha Bridge, let me follow on that to find out completion of that particular bridge, which has delayed. Let me confirm at this stage that we've paid all the pending bills to contractors. And if there is any project that is slowed down, it's not because of pending bills and will be more harder in administrative management of the contractors to make sure that they deliver on time. And so I'll follow up on this Mabasha Bridge in Kajiado. Senator Nyotu on Jirongo's death and whether the manifest for passengers in the bus is maintained. A manifest would normally either be captured at when passengers are loading a bus, or it would be captured through an investigative process, like in a case when an accident has happened. Was the police able to capture the manifest of those who were in the bus? I don't have the details, but let me undertake to get the details and find out whether there was a manifest. But again, that's a subject for investigation, and I think the National Police Service investigation is undertaking that, but I can find out whether there was a manifest. You know, there would be a manifest if it is a very structured public transport vehicle where people book ahead of boarding. But if it is a case where people are the kind of matatu system, you do know that we don't have manifest before people board. But obviously there should be a manifest after the accident, depending on how investigations are being conducted. I undertake to follow up on that. Senator Chute, on the concern of Rironi Summit, the great piece of infrastructure that we are developing for the people of Western Kenya. And I could take this together with Senator Beatrice's question on the Rironi Summit. We did visit with the members of the National Assembly, Rironi Summit last week to see the progress of works done, and just to report and confirm that works is going on, and sometimes in August, September this year, in another 6 months, we'll open the Rironi all the way to Naivasha to traffic, having dualed to completion. Subsequently, the contractor will go down to open the 57-kilometer road, which is called A8 South. This is Rironi, Maimayu, Naivasha. Having completed the upper section, we'll go to Rironi, Maimayu, Naivasha, and work on that section, which will involve cutting the escarpment and dualing that road. And obviously, when you're having to build a road through escarpment and put in heavy breaches and the kind of work that will go on in the escarpment, certainly cost will not be like when you're building a road through a geologically well flat area. And so to basically answer that question, we'll need to see what kind of geological work in Okadugu, Burkina Faso, once we see the data has been directed by the speaker, and compare it with not the 175-kilometer road, but 232 kilometers. The road we are building, Honorable Speaker, for the information of Senator Jute, is not 175 kilometers. We are building 232 kilometers of road, because we are also building through the escarpment. But more importantly, like I said, the kind of geology will be things that we need to look at. We are very keen, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, to make sure that we don't build expensive roads because it takes up the cost of doing business. This would be a dual road. And if a road is built expensively, and I did talk about value for money, and that is why we don't allow investors to have a return more than 10% of their equity. It can make our country an expensive destination to do business. Industrialization will not be able to attract industry because we are not a least cost country, and therefore industry will move to other more competitive destinations. So we're very conscious. Let's see the data as directed speaker from Chute. We'll do comparative, and if there are lessons to be learned, that will be great. So Rironi is going on well, and on the section from Mau Summit all the way to the border in Malava and going through Kisumu to the other side, we've got funding from AIIB. This is Asia Infrastructure Investment Fund. We've got some funding, some donor, some fund. What do you call it? We've got some donor funding to do feasibility study, which is currently ongoing. It is a grant. It is a grant from Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank to do the study on that section of the corridor, and that is currently going on. Road accidents, as a national disaster, there's so much that we need to do, and we are doing that. Like I've mentioned, we are franchising motor vehicle inspections. We have to do a lot in automating and employing technology in our roads. The kind of things we are doing in instant fine or junction cameras that are currently being implemented by Kura to ensure that we do support drivers to ensure that they don't fall asleep while driving, that they don't the minor infractions are managed using employing technology and so on and so forth. But it is a debate we need to have to see whether it's time to declare road accidents a national disaster. But there's so much that we can still do. Honorable Speaker, I think I want to, that's about the questions I captured for now. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable CS. Honorable members, you know matters roads elicit a lot of attention in this house according to my experience. But we have A few other members would like to ask supplementary questions. We take very brief time, and also the CS will, you know, the CS is also generous with information. Is giving detailed information to members. So we start with Senator Olekina Rendamo. Just one supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mine will be very brief. And the CS, let me appreciate you for your diligence in responding to queries. I have raised this matter with you, but this morning when the residents of Narok heard that you are coming, it flooded my phone with messages. And I'm just going to read the message, the question, so that I can be brief. Given that the Narok-Sekenani Road, C12, was engineered as a low-volume sealed road, LVSR, specifically to boost tourism, what measures is the ministry taking to enforce strict axle load limits and prevent its rapid destruction by heavy industrial vehicles, such as those carrying sand and construction material, which exceed its design capacity? Specifically, Mr. Speaker, there's a company called Gavin Holding Limited from Kisumu, which is currently transporting hundreds of truckloads of sand at a capacity of 32,000 kilograms. And this road is completely dilapidated, making it very difficult for even tourists to be able to get to the Masai Mara. So, Mr. Speaker, I'd like that question specifically answered and action taken to stop this heavy trafficking of those roads, in that road.
Senator Abbas Sheikh.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, first I want to thank the Waziri. And I want to ask, Waziri, there's this road which was so much publicized in this country. And Kenyans look forward to see the road from Sholo to Wajir Mandera done. And as been promised, and guys have even formed musics for that road, calling beautiful names. The road actually is moving at a very slow pace. That is actually even worrying us that this road might not be completed in time, or maybe in the near future. I wanted to know, too, the road is being done in patches. And when it rains, like this time now it rained. And you know, that's the only lifeline that we have, the road we have to Mandera. The roads are becoming impassable almost. So, for one, what is the time frame, and what is the alternative pathway for those vehicles ferrying food and items to various towns in northern Kenya? And when will the road be? At least, what is the hope that we are going to get road will be completed in time? What the most thing worrying is the food transport, and the old materials for transport.
The CS got your message.
Thank you.
Your supplementary question. Senator Sifuna Edwin.
Waziri, you are aware of the problems that are facing the people of Nairobi during the current rains. One of the major roads that floods and brings the entire city to a standstill is Mombasa Road. Waziri, there was 9 billion shillings that was given for the repair of that road after the construction of the expressway. We want to know, are there any plans to redesign Mombasa Road, the old Mombasa Road, to upgrade the drainage system on that road?
Senator Okong.
Chebirate Nyansiongo Metamayo Road that has been prone to many accidents since that the government was considering expanding that road by dwelling it because of the topography of that area. Could Waziri tell us what progress he has made towards fulfilling the promise that he made
immediately through a reseal of the entire road so that we don't do patching, and more importantly, address the concern of the axle loads on this particular road. I will be picking up with Kenya, particularly this particular cabin holding investor in Kisumu, who is tracking at overweight, but more importantly to address that, not just because of the one transporter. We will look at the need, once we upgrade this road, on putting a weighbridge to support the kind of weights that can be taken by this road. Because obviously the tourist kind of transport system don't have the kind of weights that we've designed for the road. And therefore tourism and the transportation of people into the Masai Mara is not the challenge. The challenge are the transporters who are ferrying building materials, sand, all the way into Kisumu. I was asking, I thought there's enough sand in Kisumu. Why are we ferrying sand from Masai Mara to Kisumu? And but we'll take up that. The concern of Mheshimiwa Sifuna, Senator Sifuna, yes, we have a major contractor picking up JKIA Road, JKIA to ABC Place. We are redesigning, we're running a beautification program on this particular road, which will address all the drainages. It's a major project that has just started. In fact, it just started in the last 2 weeks. Let me confirm. There is a contractor, CRBC, a major contractor in this country, who are undertaking major works on this particular road, including beautification of this particular road, lighting, beautiful gardens, but more importantly, drainages that can offtake the amount of water. One of the reasons why we basically were aligned towards CRBC is because a lot of the drained water coming from the expressway and being taken by the underpass, which has not been improved and cannot offtake the amount of water, is for CRBC to, and of course the services within the road. This is going to be a quick project. It will be finished within the next 4 to 6 months, and we'll see a very beautiful highway, not just beautiful, drainages being addressed, lighting, modern lighting, all the way from JKIA to ABC Place, and we'll see that in a short while. The contractor has just started work, and we expect to see a completion within 6 months, and that way we should not expect the challenge that we saw in Mombasa Road with the short rains. Senator Dulo, on structured mechanism to maintain our roads, you do know that the bill is before, the amendments is before Senate on Section 6 and Section 47 of the Kenya Roads Board Act, which has a structured mechanism for maintenance of road through RDLF, or Roads Maintenance Levy. It's a levy that we collect about 70-80 billion every year, and with devolved roads and the requirements of Schedule 4 of the Constitution, the courts did give direction to make good the fact that devolution resources follow devolved functions, and therefore the bill is before this House to ensure that the county roads do get a share of the RMLF for maintenance of roads, and equally as we have a structured mechanism through that fund. Obviously, we'll need more as the infrastructure grows, and we'll continue to work together. One of the initiatives which is being taken, will be taken by the National Infrastructure Fund, is to remove the national highways from this maintenance levy. National highways can maintain themselves through their own generated revenues, through concessioning, and that money that has been held by Kenya on the national trunk network can go more into the rural roads for maintenance. So those are some of the initiatives where we see more money coming to support this structured mechanism for maintaining our roads. Senator Mugeni Ogongo, bumps, I need to follow up this. There is no reason why we have not done. That is the easiest ask, and we should have finished with that. I'll follow up. But on the Chebilat, Nyasiongo, that has been programmed for widening, because that is a very narrow section, and like many other areas, including the Mosoriot we talked about with Senator Cherarge, or rather in Cherarge's question, we need to widen that corridor and reduce the accidents. On Abbas' question on Wajir Isiolo, let me confirm that the programs on Isiolo, Kulamawe, going all the way through to Ramu Mandera, we have contractors in all the sections except Samata, Modogashi Samata, and of course Ramu to Mandera. Those were under annuity. Those two sections of the infrastructure, about 143 kilometers, were under annuity. But the annuity cost was very high. The bid price we got was about 60 billion for those two P sections. We then pulled out of annuity, and that has taken time, but we've successfully terminated annuity, and we have agreed with World Bank to take over those two pieces of sections, and we'll be constructing for about 26 billion compared to the 66 billion that could have been deployed on annuity. So World Bank has taken off those particular piece of roads. There'll be a board meeting, I'm told, on 27th of this month, and we do expect that before we come to Wajir for the celebrations of Madaraka Day in 1st of June, we should have contractors in all the segments of the roads from Isiolo to Mandera. So we are on top of this. It's a great development coming into the region, together with social and economic investments along the corridor. And of course, the cost of security that we are deploying to support the contractors in that corridor means we have to do it very quickly, because not to have contractors in certain sections, whereas we've deployed a 7 billion budget to support security over the construction time, means it will be very expensive to construct that piece of infrastructure. So I want to assure the House, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Abbas, that we are working on the shortest possible time to basically deliver this infrastructure, because it's expensive, from security to the fact that World Bank is supporting us. I don't think funding is a challenge. Most of the sections have just started. So you could see, to construct roads in that section, we build camps, which are built with bunkers. And Abbas will know that. A constructor site is in a bunker for security. So that gets very expensive. But a lot of work is being done. We have monthly meetings with my colleague from Interior and my colleague from Defense to address security issues. Because the interplay between even the government of where the contractors mostly come from is something that they keep cautioning us and questioning us every so often as to whether their contractors are safe. But I want to assure the House that we are on top of this, and by 1st of June, when we go for celebration of Madaraka Day in Wajir Town or Wajir County, there'll be contractors in those two pieces of sections that don't have contractors, and therefore accelerate the whole piece of infrastructure to completion. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Who is out of order now, Senator Mamen Chute? No, before I said Senator Sifuna had a question on Mombasa Road, which I think is not satisfied with it. I give him 1 minute. Honorable members who have been on this question, one question form was 2 hours now. So we must really move out of this.
Thank you for that indulgence, Speaker. The CS Chirchir knows that I have a lot of respect for him, but that answer that he has given today has fallen short in two material respects. The people of Nairobi are telling me, Honorable CS, that it is not the lack of flowers on Mombasa Road that is causing them to sleep on the road. It is the flooding. So please, before you address issues of beautification and streetlights, we want a solid plan on how to drain water on Mombasa Road. And secondly, Honorable Speaker, he has not addressed himself to the question of the 9 billion that had already been given to the previous contractor, who we were told, Speaker, is a company associated with one member of parliament here. We want to be told he was given a tender to repair the damage that was done. Honorable Speaker, the damage that was done during construction of the expressway, there was money that was allocated for that, and it has not been done. So he has not addressed that, and he needs to prioritize drainage over flowers.
Senator Sifuna, you know, once the CS gives commitment, like he said, within 4 months you will see those developments done. He said so. You know, that is why I'm here to listen to all the details. You have a commitment between 4 to 6 months, the road will be done, good drainage, beautification, and all those things. He committed himself to do that. And the Secretariat have captured that commitment. So after 4 months, we will be able to raise. Like here, there are commitments for July, which I'll be asking before he leaves, what happened to those commitments. So I want to close this matter now. Senator MATIANG'I. A very simple question, straight to the point, within 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I would just like to get a clarification for the residents of Samburu County and its neighboring counties on what is the status of the Maralal-Baragoi highway that was being constructed, and when is the work on the ground supposed to begin? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Ojenda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I had a short follow-up question to the CS Rhodes, who has answered or responded to most of my questions in detail. CS, you have referred, and in your response, you have stated that the construction work for the part of Coptic Road that caused the fatal accident, the Coptic area crash road, there's already a plan to pave, to repair, and to reconstruct. I also note that you have also said that the other problematic area, the black spot area of Molem, Nambaokana, Nyamasari, and Kasagam Road are also under consideration. CS, just confirm to me the time frame. The time frame. When will this work start? Because as things stand now, that area is a danger, in itself a danger. What the roads people have done in the Coptic area black spot is itself a danger, and we may witness another accident before the works begin. Thank you.
Well, Senators, once you are given time to execute a supplementary question, you should stick to one shot, just one. Senator Orekina.
Thank you, Speaker. Cabinet Secretary, people are watching in Narok, and I just wanted to know whether it's possible, and they appreciate what your response, whether it's possible to send a mobile weighbridge to that road immediately, so that we can try and save at least that road for the high season coming in. We know you spent 3 billion shillings to build that road. We don't want to see the 3 billion go to waste. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Medu, you know, this is like you are making like you are not sure whether to ask this question because you have just pressed the system.
Mr. Speaker, I was very certain that I want to ask this question unless the popping up has just happened on your screen now. I think I've been since I came, and mine is also very straight and short, precisely on two roads that the CS is very well aware of. The road from now Wanjohi going to Kinangop, and the road from Mairuinya to Shamata and Kariamu. And the reason why I know the CS is well aware about is because, and my question is specific. Why is it that every time the president visits Nyandarua, he visits Kinangop and visits Daragwa, the contractor comes back on site? When he leaves, Mr. Speaker, I know you are very, very, just relax, Senator Jaragai. I'm just about to finish, Speaker.
I rise under Standing Order 51B. A question shall not be made on the pretext for debate. That is part A, 3A, and, Mr. Speaker, B of include the name of a person, nor any expression not strictly necessary to render the request intelligible, and also on supplementary question, it must be attached to the root question. I appreciate our brother just walked in. It must on the safety of the road. Is it in good faith, or is it in order for the Senator of Nyandarua to try and ask questions that is relevant and introduce a debate, Mr. Speaker, and bringing the president into the mix? He can do those politics on the corridors of streets.
Senator Medu, you know, if you're asking a question on that road safety, don't introduce other names of members of the public who cannot be able to come to this floor. So don't take advantage of your presence here to mention other names. That will not be allowed.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Then let me work on the, you know, some people here get very agitated when we speak about the president.
We have no people in this house. We have honorable senators.
Okay, some honorable senators get very agitated when we mention the president. I mean, he's the president of Kenya. If he doesn't want to be mentioned, he has other duties.
You have no question to ask?
Undertake. So my question on safety, Mr. Speaker, and I don't know why this Senator Jaragai keeps disturbing people. Why don't you allow us to speak? I've been given the floor. You shall get an opportunity to speak. Just keep quiet and allow us to speak.
Why are you addressing Senator Chalgei?
Because he's the only one
who gave you the floor.
It is you who gave me the floor.
Then why are you addressing Chalgei?
Why are you allowing him to shout at me?
No. Now you are degenerating this house into a showdown, which I can't allow you to do that.
Okay. Why don't he allow me to ask my question? My question is on safety. So, Mr. Speaker, the question I was asking, whether he's aware that out of the nature of that road, especially the section between Mairuinya to Shamata, we have had countless number of accidents because, you see, the contractors leave they come to site and then they leave the road in very, very, very bad, in a more state than they even found it. And so therefore, we keep getting our vehicles, many accidents happen out of that negligence of the contractors. That is my question.
So CS, just respond to those few questions and then we close this session.
The question from Mheshimiwa Sena on Maralal Baragoi, let me confirm, Honorable Speaker, members, that we did procure a contractor for Maralal.
Senator Chute, you cannot interrupt the CS. Yeah, you wait until he finishes.
We did procure a contractor for Maralal to Suyani towards Baragoi for 20 kilometers of pitmen, upgrading to pitmen, and equally for Kisima, Sura Aduru, on this other lower side for upgrading of 20 kilometers. Work should have started in earnest because this road was equally launched, and I will follow up to make sure that work has started. But yes, we have a contractor on these two pieces of infrastructure from Maralal towards Baragoi, 30 kilometers to Suyani, and 20 kilometers from Kisima to Sura Aduru, upgrading equally 20 kilometers. That will give a very good look to Maralal town, because you'll have 30 kilometers towards Baragoi on the upper side, and you'll have another 20 kilometers addition to the current tarmac that reaches Kisima today. With respect to Tom Agenda's question, time frame, before, Honorable Speaker, before Tom Agenda came to the House, I undertook that the designs have been completed and we are going to make budgetary accommodation for that section in the current financial year, and thereafter procure a contractor to correct and build the design that we have already done. With respect to Kinangop, we do know that I did mention equally that before Senator Fonyandarwa came into the House, I had indicated that we've paid all the pending bills to contractors. We had a big challenge, and without paying those contractors, and we owed them up to 175 billion. And if they abandon work, it was upon us to provide the funding. We've now made requisite funding. We've gotten them back to work, and they don't have any excuse for abandoning work. So this particular infrastructure, Mailikumi, Subuku, Sipalas, Shamata, all the way to these Shamata girls and so on and so forth, with that contractor, Boyman, Basenga, and all these infrastructures, particularly the ones funded by CDB, will not slow down. We'll ensure that the contractors stay on course, because as we speak today, there is no contractor who we owe money, and therefore we'll be strict to make sure that if it is a capacity of the contractor, we'll call them out. But if it is a question of funding, we have paid them, and we've made plans to continue supporting the contractors as they give us certificate for works done. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I want to thank you. Regarding Olekina's question on providing a mobile weighbridge, like I said, this is a piece of infrastructure. Weighbridges have only traditionally been more on national trunk networks with Kenya. We are having programs to bring in mobile weighbridge for Kera roads. It's a Kenya road. So we'll undertake to provide a mobile weighbridge to support that infrastructure. I want to undertake that. Thank you. Thank you, Speaker. And thank you, members.
Honorable says our new member here is not being recognized by the system. So you can use the dispatch to ask your question. The very first from Baringo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and Honorable CS. I've risen to inquire a question about the road from Laikipia, Churo, all the way to Loruk and Marigat. And it also connects those people from Kabedo, Chemalingot going to Nakuru. Mr. Speaker, last year there have been a water increment in Lake Baringo, and it has totally swallowed the road from Loruk to Nakuru. And this year again, the situation is worsening, Mr. CS. And I want to know whether the ministry is aware about the situation, because currently people are using private land for transportation. And anytime, the owner of the land may refuse his land to be used, and will be totally on mess. So, Mr. CS, I want to know whether your ministry is aware, and if so, what are the measures you've taken to ensure that the situation is bring to normality. Thank you.
Yes, CS.
Speaker, I'll need to check. I don't know whether is the Luruk Marigat within the. This is the road from. Is it Parpelo to Tsigor? Thank you, Speaker. We're building a number of pieces of infrastructure to support the road coming out of West Pokot through Kitale to Eldoret and down to Nakuru. And to that extent, there is a road from Parpelo to Sigor Marich Pass, which will come through the lower section. I do know that we have the Marigat, Muchongoi, Karandini. I need to check. But more importantly, the question from Senator Chemitei is of concern even to us because some of our roads are underwater, and not just because of the rising lakes. And so we are designing the road and having to move it way up because of the climate change issues and the fact that those of us who visit that particular region would really pay attention to climate change issues to the extent that a number of the tourist hotels are underwater today. Equally, the road, sections of the road are underwater. So we're designing roads as a matter of urgency, way above the water levels, and trying to understand what we all need to do as a country to address this question of rising lakes. And so I want to assure the House, I want to assure Mheshimiwa Chemitei that we will work on that. I'll want to pay more attention on where the design is today and how we are going to quickly support to relocate the redesigned road and provide funding to ensure that the people for this particular region do have access to markets and people can move to their homes. I thank you.
So, Honorable CS, before you leave, there were 3 commitments that were copied to your ministry. I understand the Secretary shared this information with the ministry. Whether maybe you have something to say about them. One was from Senator Mwihaji Faki, which was to follow up with the Kenya Urban Loans Authority to provide an explanation on the steps being taken by Kura to address the flooding issues affecting the section of the rings loaned in Mombasa County near Quickmart Supermarket. The other one is to furnish Senator Okongo Omogeni with information on whether the Kenya Railways Corporation commenced the construction of the Riruta Ngong single track meter gauge Liwi before obtaining an environmental impact assessment license from the National Environment Management Authority. And the last one was from Senator Mohamed Abbas, who sought information on the actions the government is taking to fast-track the construction of the, it's the same question he was asking Mondogashe, Samatal, and the Ramu Mandela sections of the Great North Road. Since you answered this supplementary question from Senator Abbas, maybe you can comment on the 2 from Mwihaji Faki and Senator Okongo Omogeni.
Thank you again, Speaker. Thank you, members. I did make a commitment to provide a response on the question, like you've said, Honorable Speaker, regarding the Quickmart supermarket in Mombasa area, Link Road, which had been a source of perennial flooding because of the geographical locationing of that particular area in terms of being the lowest point, and the fact that investors did build both sides of the road and there was no waterway for the water to drain to the lower points of the rivers. Speaker, I do have a written response. I have signed it. Let me very quickly respond that the flooding section of the Link Road near Quickmart Supermarket in Mombasa was designed and elevated to elevate the 200-meter road section to provide for the carriage and walkway. I do have the response, including the pictures. We've fully constructed the area. There is no flooding today. I want to confirm I did visit that particular section 3 weeks ago, and it's a beautiful piece of completed work with paved walkway already done, including rehabilitation of the Quickmart section, culvert installation, sinking of new vertical drain, 5 in number, desilting of existing vertical drains, pothole repair and patching, and performance-based maintenance already signed up. We did spend 54 million Kenya shillings to do that work, and the place is looking good today, and the member will be aware that with the short rains that we have just witnessed, the place was a good motorable section. I will, if I have not already tabled, I will table the response for that particular commitment. The second commitment I did make with respect to Senator Abbas' question on Ramu, Samata, what do you call Modogashe, Samata, and Ramu Mandera, in line with the Environmental Management and Coordination Act. I've also attached my response, which I'll sign and table and deposit before the House. I also wish to add that the project is being implemented under the EPC or engineering procurement construction basis with an independent consultancy for design review and construction supervision in place. Because again, Speaker, members have got a comprehensive written response, let me beg to confirm that yes, we had a court case which has now been lifted and work will therefore progress. I thank you.
Okay, CS. That response is sufficient to table with the table office. So, Honorable Senators, that is the end of the session with the CS loans and transportation. Thank you, CS, and your team for again continuously appearing before the Senate, and you have really covered all your supplementary questions with utmost precision. And even though you are not even prepared for the questions, you are able to know where the rules are and the status of those rules. So thank you very much indeed. All the best as you serve this good country of ours. So, yeah, that's okay, CS. You are free now to... Sergeant Adams, you can collect the documents from the CS. Thank you, Waziri. So, Honorable Senators, we now go to the next one.
Order number 8, motion, mainstreaming of a framework for clean cooking in Kenya.
Senator Aminda Kibwana is not in the House, so that business is deferred. Next order.
Order number 9, motion, report of the proceedings of the Artificial Intelligence Conference on the role of Parliament in shaping the future of responsible AI, held from 28th to 30th November 2025 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Also, on this order, Senator Henok Wabua is not in the House, so the order is deferred.
Order number 10, motion, report of the Third Commonwealth Parliamentarians with Disabilities Africa Region Conference held in Lusaka, Zambia from 24th to 28th February 2025.
Senator George Wambu has dedicated this business to the Chair Liber, Senator Mulgo Julius. So go ahead and move the motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The Commonwealth Parliamentarians with Disabilities Africa Region Conference held at
Ciela Resort and